tools like ChatGPT. Well, you first start off by knowing what the hell they really are. So let me simplify AI for you. Imagine a supercomputer that can hear, see.
Guys, Mr. Dixon, the go-to guy for all things real estate in Southern California. Let me get this set up a little bit. It's Thursday night. Um, we're in Southern California, Los Angeles to be exact, the West Coast, the best coast. And I'm going to give you a quick little video on how to get a deal, how to find, get a deal, and how to structure it. A lot of you guys out there worried about interest rates. I'm getting questions. How can I get a deal? I want to buy some real estate, but I don't want to overpay because interest rates are high. So I don't want to be locked into no huge payment. So we're going to go through tonight, and I'm going to actually break it down for you. I got my pad, got my pen here. I'm going to break it down for you like a fraction. And if you're in another state, if you're watching this video from another state, some of the information that I give you, your agent or realtor may not know this. It's no slight on your agent or nothing. He just may not know this. Some of the stuff that I'm going to tell you. All right. So we're going to title this how to get a deal. A deal, right? That's number one. How to get a deal, right? You want to buy some real estate, and you want a deal. You want a good deal. Now you got to ask a couple questions first, right? And that they're going to be centered around your why. Why am I buying real estate? Why am I buying a property? Okay, are you buying a property for you and your family because you guys need somewhere to live and you're tired of paying rent? Or are you buying a property as an investment? Those are two key questions, and they're two different questions. So you have to answer that, right? Do not just buy a property for the sake of buying a property. Oh, I got a FICO score. Oh, buying a home, buying a property is probably the biggest financial decision that most of you guys ever make in your life. So, with that being said, it needs to be a sound decision, right? So, your why is key. It's critical. Let's say you want to buy a property for your family, you're tired of renting, and you guys have made it up in your mind that you want a home. We're going to start with that first. We're going to start with you want a home. Okay, so houses on the market. First, you need to identify where you want to be. And you got to ask yourself questions like, do I want a home that's ready to move in right now? Right? If you want a home that has all the bells and whistles ready to move in right now, then you're going to pay that premium, right? If you don't want to do nothing. But if you're willing to put a little sweat equity into it, which is simply just you willing to go in, take a home that needs a little work, may need paint, may need carpet, may need some windows, may need paint on the inside, paint on the outside, may need to change the toilets out, you may need to new countertop. Home Depot, Lowe's, Builders Emporium, all these places like this sell all of these things. Um, your plumbing, your toilets and stuff. Most cities have programs where they'll give you the toilets, those low flush toilets. They'll give you those for free. You know, you just got to check into your city and see if they have that program. Most of them do. Most cities do across the country. You're looking for a home for you and your family. So let's say the rule of thumb in real estate is buy the worst looking house in the best neighborhood, right? Because you want a deal. You want to go into this home with some equity. You don't want to start out all the way at the top. If the home is costing you $300,000, you don't want to. If the home is worth $300,000, it's going to appraise for $300,000. You don't want to pay $300,000. You're at a negative. You're starting off at zero. And let's say you went FHA, you put 3.5% down, right? if something happened and you want to sell a house in a year, if you put the house back on the market for what you paid for, you would take a loss. It will actually cost you to sell that house. You would net zero. You would lose everything. So you don't want that. You want a deal. Typically, when you're looking for deals, drive for dollars. Ride through neighborhoods that you like. Look for homes that are for sale, that need work, that are fixers. You have an agent go on the MLS and ask him to find homes that have been on the MLS for more than 60 days, right? For more than 60 days. The reason for that is a lot of times the seller, that first 30 days, he's cool. He's just looking at the activity, seeing what's coming in, seeing, having the open houses, seeing who's coming in, seeing what the offers look like. He's trying to hold out for the maximum amount of money. First 60 days. 60 days go by, the activity starts getting lower and lower. First week, first open house, might be a good showing, good turnout. Second week, another decent showing, good turnout. Third week, people are sitting back looking at the house now like, they sold. I wonder what, let's watch it now. So now everybody goes to watch and see mode, see if the price gonna drop. Okay, 60 days go by. Now, the reason why I say reach agent, if you have a realtor you're working with, if you're in Southern California, you can work with me. But if you're in California, period. If you're in another state, I can't help you. I can refer you to a lot of great people across the country. I got two good people in Las Vegas, Brandon and Brandon. Brandon, he's a big social media guy now, big star in Las Vegas. Brandon sells Las Vegas. And Erica Love out in Las Vegas. She's an excellent realtor also. Some other cities I could refer you to some people. But with that being said, that realtor that you may be contacting, right, that's selling this home, he may only have a 90-day exclusive listing contract with the seller. So he's on the clock too. He only has 90 days to move the house. And once that listing expires, if the seller has only signed a listing contract for 60 days or for 90 days, rather, it may be longer, but usually it's around anywhere from 90 to 120 days, right? So if it hasn't sold in that first 60, the realtor is getting kind of antsy because he don't want to lose the listing. So, you can be a little, send the offer in. Let's say he want $300,000 for the home, right? And I'm writing this down now because these are the figures we're gonna use where I can show you how to structure the contract, right? Let's say he wants $300,000 for the house. Then you send an offer in, if the house is only worth $300,000, right? My rule of thumb is I would go to the home. If they wanted $300,000, I would take an accounting of everything that I thought was wrong with the house or needed, and I would discount it from that house, and then I would discount another 15% of the sales price. So 15% of the sales price on $300,000, you're looking at $15,000 on every 100, so that's $45,000, right? Let's say it needs another $10,000 worth of work, so you're going to subtract $55,000 from the $300,000. You make an offer for $245,000, right? Clean offer, $245,000. You're not asking for anything, no closing costs or anything like that. And if they accept it or you get counted back, then you go into negotiation phase. Now, that's if you have all the money. Let's say you don't have all the money, but you really love this house. You really love this house. Really, really, really love this house. Now, this $300,000 house, let's say this house is on the market for $285,000, right? But you talk to the realtor, he's shown you some comps, and this home would appraise for $300,000, right? So now what you want to do is You want to write an offer for 300,000. Let's say you're a little short. You got the 3.5% down FHA, right? You got that. You got 10 grand. That's all you working with. You need closing costs. You need a little money for repairs. So what you're going to do is you're going to write that offer for 300,000, even though the home is only listed for 285. It's listed for 285. I'm writing all this down, guys. And if you're taking notes, if you're not taking notes, please take notes. The home is going to appraise for 300,000. It's on the market for 285. You're coming in strong because you want this house. So you're offering the 285. But you're going to structure it in a way where you're offering more than the 285. Your offer is going to be for 300. That's $15,000, right? What you're going to do is you're going to ask for a seller credit. And the way your realtor will write the offer is he will write the offer for $300,000, right? And then he would ask for seller to credit buyer, right? You writing this down, guys? Seller to credit buyer, $15K, right? For closing costs / and or repairs. Okay. Now, if you have the money to do the deal, if he credits you to 15 grand, which here's the incentive for the seller to do it, right? The 15,000 that he's crediting you is really not costing him nothing. You're really giving the money to yourself because you're going to have a loan on the 300,000 minus your down payment, right? So that $15,000 that you created on paper, that's going to come to you, you know, and you will walk away from that deal, depending, let's say the closing cost is, let's say another 5,000. You will walk away from that deal. You will put 15,000 in. You walk away with 15,000. You a check at the end of the day for 15,000, or after they credit the closing costs, check about 10,000. So it really wouldn't cost you but 5,000 to do that deal, and you would have the house that you want. You know, look at the boxes that you're checking off. The seller's getting what he wants. You're getting the house that you want. You're getting money to make whatever repairs or upgrades that you need to make. And everybody walks away happy. It's a win-win. It's a win-win. That's what makes your offer so attractive, because you didn't go in there and you say, okay, you want 285 full price. I'm gonna give you the 285, but then I want 15,000 in closing costs or repairs. Now, that's only on a house that's getting some activity. If the house is not getting any activity, you know, like I say, go in there. If it's been on the market over 60 days, go in there and with your realtor. And if your realtor is really knowledgeable about home repairs and improvement, or if you have a contractor, go in there with them and then point out the things that are wrong and ask them how much would that cost to fix, and then start subtracting from that price, and then go a little lower, because then always remember in negotiation, you can always go up, but you can't come down. You know, you're not going to be able to go down, go no lower. Because when you make this type of offer, if you get countered, then it's a negotiation. But if you make it attractive and then you explain to the agent what it is you're trying to do and why you're trying to do it, chances are it's going to work for you. I've sold many homes like this. I've got a lot of people into their first home like this, and it really works, especially in a market like now, because what's happening is, even though the interest rates are going up, which means the money costs more, a lot of the investors have moved out the way. And a lot of people are in wait and see mode, and they just like, no, I don't want it. So if the deal makes sense and it serves the purpose that you want it to serve, do the deal. Buy the property, but buy it at a discount. Buy it at a discount. Structure it in a way where it's a definite win for you. So you go into this property with some equity. You do not want to start out at zero equity. You want to start out with at least 20 to 30% equity. If you can get that, you have a phenomenal deal. Most people now are getting homes or the equity is maybe 10%, 20% if they're really, really lucky. But if you can get a home anywhere from that 20 to 30% equity, you are doing great. And if the interest rate were to drop, then you just refinance. Get your payment lower, right? Now, the other part to that, that's on buying a single family. The other part to that is, right, if you really want to make the grand play, and if your first loan is going to be an FHA loan, most people don't know that you can get up to 4 units on FHA. First time buyer, right? First time home buyer. And now, let me explain this to you. First time home buyer doesn't mean just this is the first time you bought a home. If you haven't bought a home if you have a home and you haven't bought a home in 3 years, you're a first time home buyer, right? So you can use FHA program. So if you can find a 4-unit building or a 3-unit building or a 2-unit building on the East Coast, and they call them 2-family flats or whatever, but if you can find one of those, then guess what? You are in an amazing position. You have to be hands-on because you're going to be a landlord now. So, but if you buy a 4-unit, you can live in one, rent out the other 3. Now you have help with the mortgage. Even if you did that with a duplex, you live in one, rent the other. Do triplex, rent in one, rent the other 2. 4-unit, rent one, live in one, rent the other 3, right? So that will really help you with the mortgage and help you build equity even faster. Because now you got people, you're in a position where, let's say, the building is bringing in $4,000 a month. The note is $2,000 a month. Hey, you got $2,000. You could pay like every year. You could, let's say, pay 6 notes on the principal, not on the loan amount. Not on like you paying an extra mortgage. No, don't do that. You want to take 6 notes at $2,000. That's $12,000, right? Then every year you want to pay that on the principal. Look how fast you would accelerate the payment. In 5 years, you done took $60,000 off the amount of money that you owe, right? So that's how you do it. That's how you do it. Some people call it house hacking when you getting help on paying the rent. And we're gonna do other videos on other ways of house hacking, but that's the way you do it. That's how you find you a deal. Find you a deal first. Have your realtor find you a deal. If he's looking on the MLS, make sure the properties are over 60 days because that's when the anticipation, the antsiness sets in and people want to go ahead and do something. They want to move it. They starting to look like what's going on, where the offer's at. And they're more susceptible to taking a lower offer than full market price because it hasn't moved. So that's an advantage for you. Find a deal, buy a deal. If you need a home, buy a home. If you don't need a home, buy an investment property. Buy a property where you have help with the mortgage. That's what you want to do. All right. I hope this video was helpful to you guys. We're going to make more videos every week. We're going to have a financial literacy class coming for high schoolers called Things You're Not Taught in High School but Need to Know when you graduate, because I know we're in the graduation season now, and a lot of these kids are graduating high school and have no clue about finances and how finances work and they're going off to college and they're going off into the work world, or as we say, the real world, and they don't have a clue. They're totally clueless. And we want to do something about that. So I'm going to be having some financial literacy classes for high schoolers. It is a million times easier to build a child than to repair an adult. That's why it's going to be for children. And if you guys want to make money in real estate without having any money, without having any credit, without having any experience, then go to our website, www.thegotoguy.info, THEGO, the number 2 guy.info. Sign up, give me your contact info, become a partner with us. Partner with us. All it is a referral program. You partner with us, you give us referrals, we make deals, you get a check, right? So until next week, or until the next video, this is Gregory Dixon. I'm signing off from you guys. I am the go-to guy for all things real estate in Southern California. The next video we're going to do is going to be tomorrow. We're going to release the hot sheet of all the properties I have right now that are available in Southern California. It's the high-end stuff. The high-end stuff is coming tomorrow, getting you ready for the weekend. We have a 16-unit building, 70% complete for $4.9 million. We have what else? We have a new development in the Hollywood Hills. I got to get that number on that, but that'll be in the video tomorrow, guys. That'll be in Friday's video. The high-end deals that we have available will be in the video tomorrow. You guys have a great and safe night. Peace.